Hi guys, welcome to Zap Build Log. Today we are building this Zap model. This is Pradeep.
Hi guys, how you all doing? This is a pretty decent model, isn't it?
Yes, it's a great one.
Amazing stuff. Would you like to build this? I would love to build this. Okay, let's build it then. This is an amazing build video log. This is the box we're gonna build.
This is a DIY kit that you would be given, and this is how your things would be packed inside and given to you.
Amazing.
So let's just unbox
You require this.
components.
Yeah. Gotta be very careful when you're opening
And using the cutter.
Right. So that what will happen, you will not cut your fingers or something like that. Okay, guys, this is how it looks, and pretty decent packing in fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is all the equipment which is inside. You have your tailbone, you have your spars, you have all your components in different packets. Wow, look at this, they have given a hot glue gun as well. It's a beautiful.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, let's unpack from here. Okay.
So here comes our glue stick, first one. Sorry, the glue gun. And this is our spar and our tailbone. This is going to be our control rods.
Right.
And
This is
all
your
these
power
are the
pouch.
components,
That's
yeah.
what I could call it as. Right. Well, look at this, guys. You have all the necessary things you would require to build this aircraft, including the cutter. You have a cutter. You have two hot glue sticks. And make sure, guys, when you're doing, whenever you are using your hot glue gun, be careful.
Very
you might
careful.
burn your fingers.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hot. And you have two servos. Look at these. Wow, these are called swing 9-gram servos. And you have a prop adapter. You have a propeller too. Okay, these are the trays.
Trays and the frames.
And they have given a motor as well.
And you have a few
Spin.
colorful rubber bands inside.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Okay, alright, look at this. It's called Spin 1400 kV motor. It's
Okay.
pretty fast, isn't it?
So this is
Okay.
the body, your external look of the aircraft.
Okay. Well, this is all pre-cut, guys. Look at this. It's all pre-cut, and it's all laser cut kit, which is pretty decent, isn't it?
Yes, the color.
Very nice.
Especially.
I like the
love
color
it.
too.
I love it.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the wing then. Yeah.
So this is how your unboxed wing looks like.
Yeah.
You must be wondering, it's a one section. No, there are two sections. One is the right side and the left side of the wing.
Right.
Okay, when you are going to place the wing, this is how you place your wing.
No. This is how you place your wing.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't make this mistake, and make sure there is not much gap in between. This gap should be there. This slit has to be there. The reason why it is
Well, this is gonna give you a diagonal, guys. Okay. And let me tell you one thing. This is an amazing opportunity for us to mention flight test, because they were the one who inspired us doing this model, so that it will be helpful for all the students who's going to build this. And thank you so much, flight test, for giving this an opportunity for us. Amazing. Okay, coming to the wing part again, you exactly have to match the corners of this wing. Okay, just the same way here,
and make sure the
your tip.
flutes are parallel to both the wings.
Correct.
Okay.
So you get 3 lines, which is half cut, half laser cut.
It's pre-cut. Okay.
Yeah. And coming to the corner of the wing, you have one more slit here, which is pre-cut. This is for your polyhedral shape, which is going to give you as and when you put the spar. We'll come to the detail later. So meanwhile, let's go ahead and
Fix the wing.
tape it up. And one more thing, guys, you would require a cellophane tape. Any color, anything would definitely help. But make sure it matches the color, okay?
You can make it look attractive, seriously. So
Alright.
we're going to tape it
We're gonna
from
tape-
between, and when you're taping it, make sure you hold it right.
Correct. So let's keep it at bottom.
So we placed it the other way.
Right. And make sure guys you're keeping it corner. This is one side of it. And take one more piece so that.
And you tape the other end of the section.
Right. Make sure you're not overlapping it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't put too
Right.
much pressure on it because the flutes might get damaged.
Right.
You would
Do
get
not
any
do not
flow.
force or do not keep your knee or your elbow. Okay, when you're doing this. Now what you do is gently
Turn it
turn
upside
it
down.
upside down and do not close the cellophane tape here. Okay. So what you need to do is you'll have to make sure your hot glue gun
Gluing
is
it.
hot enough so that you can glue this part. And okay, what you could do is you will have to bend it a little bit and slowly make sure you're applying the glue. Amazing. And make sure guys, if you, for example, this just the same way, if you do not have enough glue stick in your glue gun, you'll not be able to glue it properly. So you'll have to have a glue stick. Okay. Well, meanwhile, before opening or unboxing this, look at the materials which is going to come along with it. Okay, let me show you. They have provided 2 glue sticks,
Okay,
which is
here's
for your
another
help.
one.
Yeah, and you have few servo tray and your mounts, which is for the model. This is going to come back later. And yes, they have Bolt ESC 30 amp, and it's a Simon K, guys. It's an amazing ESC, alright, and we would recommend you to have Simon K ESCs so that it will give you more power for your model. Okay, and you have 2 barbecue skewers, you have 8x6 propeller, that's SF. SF stands for slow fly, alright, and you have a cutter, metallic cutter. Very nice. Well, we're gonna use this, and this is gonna be here for you. And alright guys, this is your power pack. It's called Spin 10. It's a 1400 kV motor,
Brushless mode.
brushless motor, right? And one more thing guys, in case if your leads are not
Sealed in
soldered,
properly.
alright? So what will happen, you'll have to solder it. You might get bullet connectors along with this, so that you will have to solder it, okay? One more thing guys, solder it. Alright, well, you have 2 servos for your rudder and elevator. We can center this later as and when we build the model. Okay, you have a Velcro where you can use your battery and keep it intact in the servo tray or the battery tray. Okay, alright, and the last but the least, you have your prop adapter for your motor.
And some colorful
And
rubber
some
bands to
rubber bands
hold
too.
your wing and
Wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead and right. So all these are great enough. Yeah. Look at the products. They're simply amazing, isn't it? Don't you think it's a pretty decent model to build?
yes, and not much components, so
Right.
it's easy to assemble.
Right. Okay, let's show you how to put the glue stick in. So make sure guys your glue stick is quite hot enough so that you're gonna melt this a little bit so that it's gonna stick the other side.
Put a little pressure and
Okay.
that's how it works.
That's how it works. Okay, let's
Glue it.
glue it. I'm gonna keep it till here and
Since there are slits, he's left the place.
right.
So
I'm
you
gonna
glue it partially, not
partially only
completely.
at the corners, okay? Right. Now what you do is you lay it a bit flat and make sure you have all the excess amount with your finger, and make sure it's not too hot so that you'll burn your fingers when you do this. Okay, now what you do is whatever left out, you'll have to
take it tight enough and
tighten
then
off and
tape it down.
tape it down. Right. Okay, so your center part of your wing is complete. Now what you're going to do, you'll have to use your cutter and your ruler for your spar and your leading edge. Alright guys, see, I would like to also inform you, this would be your leading edge, okay? The first one from the bottom. First one from the bottom is your leading edge, just the same way. So what you need to do, you have to hold this a little bit. I know guys, it's gonna be a little tricky, but make sure you get everything right.
Don't cut your fingers, be
Right.
very careful.
So make sure you cut it gently and don't give too much of pressure so that it will cut the other part as well.
It has to be half cut and not completely cut. That means
Correct.
the blade shouldn't pass the other side of the wing.
Correct.
Do it gently, very gently.
Right. It's pretty easy guys, but make sure you take your time and do it way too slowly so that you'll get everything intact. Beautiful. Great.
This is done.
Okay, now you can see the slit and you will have to fold it slowly so that you're giving it enough option for it to bend where exactly you would like to bend. Okay? Alright, this is your leading edge and this is your trailing edge. Okay, this is your trailing edge, the bigger one. This is your leading edge. Okay.
And you can see that the blade has not passed the other side of the wing.
Correct.
So it is half cut.
Beautiful. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to score the entire thing so that it will give you more flexibility when you bend it. Okay. So what you do is you'll have to hold your blade or your cutter in this
Put
angle.
very little pressure
And
because it's
slowly-
going to move very fast.
Right, and you'll have to be very slow when you're cutting it so that you get your precise cutting as and when you come down a bit.
You must be seeing that this is not cut straight, it's cut tangentially.
So that it will give you angle when you cut.
And do not fold any other section of the wing.
Until this one is complete. Alright, so you can actually see the entire score cut when you see there is a groove which is in an angle. So you're gonna go and do it on the other side as well.
Same thing, gently, carefully. You can take the help of someone if you cannot do it on your own.
Right. So make sure you have somebody along when you're building this model so that you'll not have problems when you build it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got the same thing, isn't
On
it?
both the sides.
Right. Okay, now what you're going to do is you'll have to slowly bend the other side so that you get your marking where exactly you would like to bend it. Okay? Alright, let it be this way. Okay. Alright, your leading edge is complete. Now what you're going to do is you're going to give half cut on these two lines as well. So that when your spar sits here, it's going to give you your aerofoil shape,
yeah, the
right?
camber shape.
Right. So what you're going to do, you're going to first line this up accordingly and slowly, gentle guys. You have to
And
be
you can
very
see that
gentle.
the blade is not, he's not, put the blade half outside, it's just very little outside.
Correct.
So the reason he's doing it this way is because it doesn't wobble. The blade has a tendency that it might break, so You have to do it gently.
Right. Very true, Glisha. Thank you so much. Okay. Again, align it. Slowly cut it out. Make sure, guys, you take your time. Do it slowly and accurately. Right. Okay. Great. Now the next line.
The second half cut.
Half cut. Right. Okay.
Almost done.
Yeah.
Patience is a key here.
Right. Just giving you a groove, guys. Okay. So what you do is you have to bend it a little bit so that you're gonna give a little option for everything. Okay. What you do is, in case you cannot bend it, again take a barbecue skewer and make sure you are aligned to the line so that you're giving a groove where it has to bend. Okay, smooth and easy. Look at this, it's gonna bend, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Look at this, guys. You got your scores where exactly you would like to. Alright, guys, once you cut this and give a score cut here, this is how it looks. And as and when you crease the line with the help of your barbecue skewer, this is how it has to bend. Alright, so you'll get this kind of finish at the top. Alright, can you see the lines here? This is how it has to be. Alright, so what you could do is we can get the spar. This is how your spar looks like. 2 small pieces and 2 big
Wooden pieces.
lengthier pieces. Okay. Alright, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna lay it up. Okay. So this is a better option, isn't it?
You
so make
you
sure,
see
guys,
this line,
there's a
you
line
have to
here.
align this to that.
Correct. So what we're gonna do is make it close enough so that it looks like one stick.
And it has to be in the second slot from the top.
Right.
And right in between the slot. You can see it's right in between the slot.
Right. Absolutely. Don't do a mistake, guys. Do not put it here. It's not the right way to do the model. So that you will not get the curvature here. Alright. And also, this is your leading edge. From the leading edge, the first column you'll have to place it in. Alright.
If you really have doubts, then you can write it on with a pencil on it so that you don't get confused later.
Correct. So what you're gonna do is make sure your hot glue gun is quite hot enough. Alright. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna first glue it up. Okay. And what we're gonna do is gonna make it close enough to this place. Right, guys, we're gonna do the same step on the other side as well. Okay, so what you're gonna do is make sure it is close enough so that you just need little amount for it to bend it this way, so you will get a header in the front. Okay. All right. Let's put the bead of glue. Make sure you have ample of glue inside your glue stick, and look at this. We're gonna make sure it's quite tight fit here and sitting
in
parallel
place.
to this and straight. Make sure
You don't
it is
press it
sitting
too hard.
properly.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what you're gonna do next is you have your small piece of your spar, so that it would come and sit at this corner. It's gonna be the same thing, guys. You have your slit so that it will sit exactly here, so that there'll be no gap. You just need a little amount for it to move. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this on as well. Good amount of glue. And make sure it's fitting tight. It sits properly in this. Okay. Go. Alright guys, well, this is the last piece which you need to align it to your spar, so that there's no gap here as well. Well, let's go ahead and glue this part, and make sure there's a good amount of glue in this, and make sure your glue gun is hot, okay, so that your glue will melt and it will give you a good strength and make sure you're keeping way too close, and squeeze it and smudge so that you have it intact in the line along with this. Okay, all right. So give away some time so that let it settle
Dry
down and dry.
sit on place.
Right, absolutely. All right, Lisha, let's turn it over. Okay, guys, make sure you're slowly closing this part, and you're gonna get this curvature. Okay, make sure you're getting this curvature. You should not have one side, so that this should not be the position. You need to make it flat and slowly bend it down. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put right amount of glue in your leading edge and your spar. All right, let's go ahead and do it.
The groove must be filled with the glue.
Right. Make sure you're putting
Sufficient amount
of glue. Right. Absolutely. Okay. Now
You're
go
on
ahead
the
and
spar.
okay. Great. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this part, and make sure you take this edge of your table, so that it gives you a good right amount of finish, and you get your leading edge right. Okay, make sure you have somebody helping you while folding this.
You see that shape? It has to be a smooth laminar shape.
Correct.
So there is no obstruction in the airflow when your wing is in air.
Correct. Absolutely. Now what you got to do is turn the wing upside down. This is how it looks. Okay, and make sure you have your leading edge here this way, so that you put your glue, so that it will not come out. Okay, make sure you have ample amount of glue, and glue it one by one. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time and do it slow, so that you'll have ample amount of glue. Okay, Nisha, try that corner. Good. Beautiful. Alright, now what you're gonna do is just wait for some time, so that your
It dries.
glue dries, and keep the wing intact, so that it will not open up.
You can
Right.
also put some flat weights on it so that it sticks properly.
Correct. Okay. Alright, beautiful.
So once it's dried, you're gonna turn
You'll
it
have to
upside down.
give your dihedral and your polyhedral. Make sure do not touch the tip of this, guys. You might burn yourself. Alright guys, now once you have glued the entire trailing edge, this is how it looks, and make sure it won't come out
From the corner.
from the
or
corners.
edges.
Right, absolutely. Okay, and look at this, guys. This is the aerofoil you will have to get.
Shape, yeah.
Let me show you from the side. Okay, make sure it is straight. Alright, so what you're going to do now, you'll have to get the dihedral. So make sure you bend a little. Do not give too much of force so that you will.
Your tape is
Correct. In
torn
time.
apart.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the hot bit of glue in between so that
Right in between on the spar,
and a little at the corners so that
slightly move it down.
right.
Do not do it on the tape.
Make sure you have a small amount of lift at the one side of it and remove the excess part of your glue. Okay, great. And give it some time, guys. So what happens is you will give amount of time. It will give you amazing curing once you finish gluing inside. And the main strength is in your spar. Okay, if this cuts, your model will break. So make sure you have this intact.
Glued strong enough.
Yeah, actually. Alright. So let's give about 2 to 3 minutes of it so that
It dries completely.
completely. Make sure you don't put too much of hot glue in it so that it will take a long time for it to cure. Make sure how much ever you would require, just put a little amount of it so that it glues faster as well. Beautiful.
You see there's a smooth finish over the surface of the wing, the upper surface of the
Right.
wing.
Absolutely.
The very even flow of the air.
Correct. In case if you get only this and not this, there is a chance of your model will not fly properly, or the angle of attack or your wind flow will change. So make sure you get these two
Not
cut
so-
and mark properly. Alright. So once you get the dihedral, you'll have to use a little bit of tape for it to stick. Okay. Keep it this way. Correct. Make sure it's tight, guys. Okay.
If you think you need another layer, you can tape another layer.
Beautiful. Sorry. You could see the dihedral. A little amount of angle is needed for it to glide. Right? See it? Okay, great. So what we're going to do is, the next is your sides of your wing. If you could see, there's a slit here, as we mentioned earlier, so that you'll have to give this dihedral brace.
A
Okay.
little angle.
Little angles for it to fly and glide. Because remember, guys, this is just a 3-channel glider where your rudder acts as your yaw motion, where you will be able to glide accordingly. Alright. So what you're going to do is the same. Let's repeat it. The same step. Make sure you put right amount of glue in the center and little at the corners.
The
Okay.
entire notch is like completely filled with the glue.
Correct. Now once you close it, for example, you have, keep your 4 fingers at the corner. Make sure you have right amount of angle. Okay. And make sure you take out all the excess glue in the center using a small piece, a waste piece of your.
You can either spread it evenly or remove the excess.
Correct.
It's on you.
and give it a time, guys, so that it'll. Once you're glued, make sure you put your sellotape in between so that it will not move. Your dihedral and your polyhedral gonna be in place. All right. Wonderful. So make sure you have your dihedral, you have your polyhedral, everything intact. Okay. Looks pretty neat and decent model to build. Okay, guys. So wing is done.